And joining us now with more on the White House Summit is Advocate Marc Zell, Chairman of Republicans Overseas Israel. Thank you for joining us.
Great to be here.
So a lot to unpack here with regards to the meetings between U.S. President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu. First of all, I'd be interested to hear what are your overall impressions of this meet. Would you say that it was a success?
I think every time these two leaders get together and show the strength of this bond between the United States and Israel is a great success. That wonderful thing to watch and to see how really in sync they are with one another regarding the big issues facing both nations in this part of the world and the world all over. So I think it was a success. And we can talk a little bit about the substance of the discussions. Not much has been published about it, but I can give you my thoughts about what may have happened.
Mm-hmm. So, many in Israel were expecting some kind of major announcement, either with regards to Gaza or to the Abraham Accords or to Iran, but that didn't happen. I mean, what do you make of this, that there was no real announcement, no concrete announcement that came out of their meeting?
Well, I wasn't so surprised by that. I think a lot of the speculation concerning the possibility of an announcement like that may have been overblown. What I think was happening was you needed the two countries to really come together about a variety of key issues. Gaza was ostensibly the main thing that they were talking about, but it's hard for me to believe that all that amount of time was spent talking about Gaza, where the issues that were supposedly separating Hamas, or really Qatar, and Israel were rather small. So I have a strong suspicion that what was being talked about in Washington during these historic meetings were issues that were much broader in scope, concerning Iran, concerning the geopolitics of the region, maybe discussions perhaps for the first time about the day after in Gaza and its connection to such key issues as normalization with the Saudis and other neighboring Arab states. This is, and I think perhaps even a discussion about issues that were far broader than the Middle East. For example, the role that China is playing now with rearming the Iranians, the sale of a Chinese fighter jets to the Iranian government, the sale of Chinese missile batteries to replace the ones that Israel destroyed so readily. I think this is the kind of issue, or the type of issues that these two great leaders may well have been dealing with their expert teams during these past couple of days.
So as you said, the president and the prime minister still seem to be on the same page when it comes to the major issues with regards to the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Gaza war, and the Abraham Accords. But, what happens next? Is there some sort of, shared U.S.-Israeli vision for the Middle East that was discussed, and for Gaza and the day after, as you mentioned?
Well, listen, from Donald Trump's point of view, he's been saying this throughout the campaign. It's really been a hallmark of his foreign policy. He's for peace. He wants to be seen as a peacemaker. Emblematic of that was the symbolic recommendation that Prime Minister Netanyahu handed Donald Trump, recommending him for the Nobel Peace Prize, which he, in my view, definitely deserves. But this is for Donald Trump, regardless of prizes, the idea of going down in history as a major peacemaker is very important. He's done it already with Pakistan and India, with the Rwanda and the Congo. He's also avoided conflicts in other parts of the world that have been less widely publicized. And he wants to do it in the Middle East too, and he made a very important step in that direction when he authorized the famous attack on the Iranian nuclear facilities. And I think that's a primary concern of his, and he would like very much to be able to notch up another peacemaking victory, and I believe that will happen very soon. Now, what's going to happen in Gaza? Well, that's anybody's guess, but I think that Prime Minister Netanyahu is correct about this. I mean, he said it time and time again, he hasn't wavered. Hamas cannot exist as a threat to Israel and Gaza when this thing is over. And that has not happened yet, okay? Hamas has been dealt a very, very serious blow, but for the first time since October 7th, the Israeli army is taking very, very powerful steps with the number of troops, as you pointed out in your opening clip, and with the strategy now of going after these remaining hubs of resistance, the insistence on controlling the Egyptian-Gazan border and the Morag corridor. These are all very, very encouraging steps that what I think within a short period of time, hopefully, will lead to the eradication of the Hamas or its exile, and then a possibility then for starting the rehabilitation of the Strip along the lines that Donald Trump and Bibi Netanyahu have been discussing.
Absolutely. Advocate Marc Zell, thank you so much for your insights today.
Be with you, and may I wish you all a wonderful week, and let's have good tidings all around.